You know, sometimes the best way to really get the story behind something is to peek into someone's private notes. And that's exactly what we're doing today. We're diving headfirst into a fountain pen enthusiast's journal to decode their thoughts on two pens that are, well, they're related, but oh so different. So check this out. Our source material today is the real deal, a handwritten journal entry. It's like we get to be a fly on the wall, watching as this person unboxes and tries out two brand new pens from the very same Indian maker, a company called PLP. This is first impression stuff, totally unfiltered. And what's so cool about this is that it sets us up for a perfect head-to-head comparison. I mean, you've got two handmade ebonite pens from the same craftsman reviewed on the same day. But, and this is the fun part, as you're about to find out, they could not be more different. Each one has its own little story. All right, so let's meet our first contender. We'll call it our first character in this story, the PLP Torpedo. Right away, the journal paints this pen as the understated workhorse, the reliable tool you can count on. And here it is. Look at that. It's got this classic, almost stealthy vibe to it, right? The journal points out its matte finish and this really nice blue-black color. Super subtle, very professional looking. Okay, let's pop the hood and look at the specs, and they pretty much tell the whole story. You've got a standard, super well-regarded German Jumbo nib and a trusty Schmidt converter for the ink. There are no frills here, you know? It's just solid, proven, high-quality parts that are known to work. And guess what? The performance totally lives up to the promise of those parts. The author's first reaction is just glowing. They say the flow is smooth, with just a little bit of that feedback that a lot of us fountain pen folks actually really enjoy. It's a total success, right out of the box. So the final word on this one, absolutely clear. The journal literally says no skipping and talks about how it just glides across the paper. No pressure needed. This pen, it just works from the moment it was inked up. A true workhorse, for sure. Okay, so that was pen number one. Now, let's meet pen number two, the PLP Jumbo. And, well, this is where our nice, simple story starts to get a little complicated. Whoa, okay, just look at this thing. The Jumbo is a total showstopper, right? That glossy, vibrant green ebonite is just gorgeous. If the Torpedo was quiet and understated, this thing is designed to get noticed. It's bigger, it's brighter, it's definitely more ambitious. And the specs? Oh yeah, they're ambitious too. We're talking a huge 40mm two-tone nib from a company that's actually called Ambitious. You can't make this stuff up. And forget a simple converter. This is an eyedropper. That means the entire barrel fills with ink. The ink capacity is just massive. But, and here's the twist, despite how amazing it looks, the author's first thought is mixed. They go on and on about how beautiful it is, but right away you can tell something went wrong. This is not the plug-and-play success story we just saw with the Torpedo. And here's the breakdown of what happened. This shows just how much work it took to get this thing going. First off, the author couldn't even unscrew the pen to fill it. They had to get out pliers. Then, once they finally got it open and inked up, it was skipping and hesitating all over the place. It really took some time and effort to coax it into writing properly. Okay, so now that we've met both of them, let's put them head to head. It's time for a direct comparison. I mean, the picture really says it all, doesn't it? On one side, you've got the quiet, functional, get-the-job-done Torpedo, and on the other, the loud, vibrant, look-at-me Jumbo. It's just wild that they came from the same maker, because these are two totally different philosophies on what a pen should be. So here's a good way to think about it. The Torpedo is that comfortable workhorse, the one you just grab and go. The Jumbo, that's the beautiful art piece you have to admire, and maybe fiddle with a bit. One is all about function, and the other is really leaning into its form. Let's break it down with a technical showdown. Look at this. The Torpedo has a standard German converter and nib, while the Jumbo has a huge eyedropper system and a specialized Indian nib. The setup for the Torpedo was flawless, right? But the Jumbo needed troubleshooting. Now, what's interesting is they both ended up as smooth writers. But man, the journey to get there was worlds apart. And this is the real kicker. This is the final verdict from the journal. After all that work, all that troubleshooting with the Jumbo, the author basically says, you know what? The simple, standard Jumbo nib on the Torpedo writes just as well, maybe even better, than the big fancy one on the Jumbo. Wow. So what's the big takeaway here? I don't think this is really about which pen is better. It's deeper than that. It's about what we're actually looking for when we buy something that's handmade. Because when you boil it all down, these two pens have completely different personalities. The Torpedo, that's your reliable best friend. It just works every single time. Dependable. The Jumbo, well, the Jumbo is the beautiful, maybe a little high-maintenance project pen. It's not perfect, but it sure gives you a story to tell. And that's why this whole thing is so interesting. That experience with the Jumbo, the frustration, the pliers, the tinkering, it actually created a bond, a relationship between the owner and the pen. They had to work on it, figure it out. It makes you wonder, right? Maybe it's the little quirks and imperfections that really make us connect with an object. So I'll leave you with this question to chew on. When perfection isn't really the goal, what is it that makes something truly special to you? Is it the flawless performance, or is it the hard-won character? Because this little journal entry seems to prove that sometimes the story we create with an object is just as valuable as the object itself.